segment, not necessarily the introduction of this week, but the first topic of conversation, which is enhancements. I know y'all are probably wondering, you know, what we think about enhancements. What do you think? What do you think, Fades? Do you use enhancements?
Yes. Okay, so look, I came up on some fibers, the topics kind,
Mm-hmm.
for like just hella cheap. You remember I
Yeah.
sent them, I
Yep.
sent you a picture. So I got those really cheap, and I would do all my haircuts prior to that with no enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I never used enhancements. It was never my thing. I was never gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For my reasons, and I'll tell you them right now. But I was never gonna do it at all until I did it. I did, you know what I'm saying? I did it once, and then I was like, holy, like, damn, that's crazy how it transformed my haircut from a 7. Wow, damn, I'm being generous to myself. Yeah,
It's
7. 7 to an 11. Nah, just kidding. But it took me from a 7 to like a 9, dog.
yeah.
You know, so I was like, and it was
I
just
mean,
this.
it's the enhancement, right? You're enhancing something to look better. That's the whole. And here's the funny thing is, they weren't always called enhancements. I think the word enhancement came from the fact that everybody was seeing it as like, oh, you're putting paint on your face. You know what I mean? Why are you putting paint on people? That's like makeup. Blah 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 blah. It's like no. This is an enhancement, and I think it's like that's the best way of explaining it, right? I'm trying to enhance something that's already there. So
Right. Yeah. See, you did notice that I said from a 7 to a
yeah,
9.
yeah.
It wasn't a 3
No,
to
you're
a
too.
9, because then that's enhanced. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like cheating. If you're gonna give a
Yeah.
shitty ass fade and then blah, 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 no, that's cheating, dog.
Yeah, no, big time. I
So
have
it
I have
was a
a
quick
weird thing
cut.
about enhancements. Like I think from both sides. I understand both sides of this argument. One, I don't really use enhancements. I do have something, and I'll probably share a screen. Now I'm not gonna give them publicity until I actually try it. Maybe I'll do a review video on this. But I understand the purpose of enhancements. I think it's perfectly fine for people to use enhancements. I have an enhancements video on my beard on my channel. I would sound like a hypocrite if I was telling you that enhancements aren't a good thing, right? Or can't that they can't be useful. They definitely can be useful. They can definitely make something that looks great look even better. But I do believe that people overdo it. A lot of people
A
overdo it,
lot
and
of
it's
people,
it's
yeah, I
all
feel
those
you.
people overdoing it that are just like, dude, you're creating an image that's not. It's so unrealistic. It looks ugly. You know what I mean? At this point, it looks fake. It looks like you photoshopped it without having to Photoshop it in a weird way. Like, I don't know. Well, I think those people are ruining it for everybody else.
Right. You know, like Chris Basio. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out to Chris Basio. That vato had a video about these. It's called a pushback or something, right?
Yeah,
Did you see that video?
I don't think I have. I'll have to
Oh
look into it.
man, it's crazy. He pulls up a bunch of clips from a bunch of different barbers where if the hairline has like a widow's peak, they
Oh, they just
draw a straight line. They
top
draw a
it,
straight
chop
line
it.
at the. They just no. They no. They do it underneath the
They
widow's
put
peak.
enhancements on the rest or what to feel. Oh
Yeah, you see
wow,
what I'm saying?
that's
See
crazy.
that? That's
Too
not
much.
that's not
Too
cool.
much. This is what I would tell
It's
somebody.
too.
If you have a widow's peak and you hate it, it's okay for you to take it off with a clipper. There's nothing wrong with you chopping it off. But as a barber, what I would say is do it for the customer if they ask you for it, and then tell them, hey, buy a trimmer. Buy a trimmer to have at home. It doesn't have to be like a
Cause that
$150
regrowth.
trimmer. And you know, before you come see me, like 3 4 days, every 4 or 5 days, take that bitch off. Sorry, excuse the language. Take it off. You know what I mean? Like take it off because the regrowth is just gonna look ugly. You know what I mean?
Right,
But if you're
right.
not
Yeah,
willing to
yeah,
do
yeah.
that and you're not willing to come and sit on my chair at least once a week, maybe it's not a good idea for you to take it off.
You know, we
Honestly,
got the same. That's the same idea that I was gonna say. Remember, I was like, I'll get into why I don't like it. I don't like it because people use it to cheat for real.
yeah,
Hey, I don't think Timeless Vic. I always want to call him Vic the Barber, but Timeless Vic. I don't think he ever uses
he doesn't.
enhancements.
He doesn't. He doesn't. So not to put people on the spot, but some YouTubers that I think, or just barbers in general, that I think that are amazing at what they do, and they give you the effect of sharpness without the enhancement, and they do it probably the best. Timeless Vic.
Oh, number one.
Yeah, big time. And the Barber.
Oh,
He doesn't use
and the Barber does it
He's
too.
very big about
Yeah,
the fact that he don't like them. Nothing wrong with that. And then I'm talking about it right now too. And then Game Changer. Do you know who Game Changer is?
Yeah, he's from Houston.
Those three dudes, big. And I know there's much more, but big shout out to them because they have kept it clean and crisp without having to use enhancements. They don't spill hate about it either. I know that they've said that they don't like them, but that's not spilling hate. You know what I mean? But they still are able to give you a product that looks just as good, if not better, than enhanced haircuts.
Right. And I'm gonna bring up somebody on today's shout outs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up somebody. I think they use them perfectly. Perfectly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? S-Craft uses them perfectly, dog. Yeah. Like you see his tutorials, you see the entire haircut. Yeah. It's already a 9, you know what I'm saying? Or a 10.
Yeah.
Then that just puts it that much more.
That's what I wanted to tell you about. Okay. So the different types of enhancements. So you're calling out a lot of people from 245 that use no drip. You just talked about how you use fibers, right?
Topic, yeah, fibers. Yeah. Yep.
So have you ever used anything else aside from fibers?
No. I was thinking about using a can of Crayola on this one vato because he had a big forehead. No, for real, like the Krylon.
Crayola.
Krylon.
I was like, a Crayola. What are you talking about? Are you gonna?
I was gonna use a Krylon. It's because he has a big forehead. Shout out to you. You know who you are.
Hey, shout out to you for not putting his name out there. But no, yeah. I've only used the Pacino's pen enhancements. I've never used fibers. I use Barber pencils all the time. There's a lot of things. I think hairspray and letting it dry up and then putting a sharp trimmer to it is an enhancement because you're creating a false effect on the skin, right? So like that's an enhancement for you, but I've never used spray before. That's what I was gonna say. And I won't talk about it I won't show it to you until I try it. So Kiss Express, right? That was probably the original enhancement what everybody was using originally, right? For paint.
No, the original is Beijing.
Okay. Well,
Beijing
Kiss Express now makes a spray bottle that's specifically to cover roots, but can be used, and I think can be used. And I'm gonna exploit this and see if it can be used as an enhancement, so that I don't have to buy a machine because I don't want to have to go through the whole buy a machine. And you know me, I'm gonna end up with the whatever $245, $300, what I don't know how much it is, but I'm gonna end up buying hella stuff that I don't ever use for no reason because none of the people I cut hair has ever asked me for an enhancement. That's another thing is you gotta have customers who want it, and I don't have anyone who wants an enhancement. So
what was the first area of the United States to do it? It's got to be Florida, right?
I'm gonna give it to Florida. Yeah, they're wild enough for it to have been them.
And a lot of fools in Cali, you guys don't like them, huh?
No, it's rare. It has become a thing, specifically like in the Bay Area a little bit more, but it's not like you would have to be like, hey, you want enhancements for you to drop them on someone? I mean, my younger brother uses them. He uses them for his beard, and he don't need it. He has he I don't know what happened with my jeans. I didn't get that beard. You know what I mean? But my younger brother has a dope beard, super full, and he still uses it. I'm like, why? Like, I can't even tell. He's like, well, it's an extra service. I like, I'm very cool with my barber. I want to hook him up, and he hooks me up, makes me look extra clean. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Did you guys live far from each other?
Yeah, we live like in.
Oh, I was about to say, if my brother is Ivy Mac, guess who my barber is?
Yeah, and that's the thing is, before the whole shutdown, that was the plan. Is bro, I'll cut your hair every time. Like, you know what I mean? Even if you got to drive or that, make it a trip to come out and see the fam, or I'll make it a trip out there. I have my case. That's what I cut out.
Right,
you know what I mean? I could just go over and cut your hair. But because we don't really see each other a lot, it's not really been a thing. It will soon be a thing though, for sure.
Oh, sure. Damn,
you know who he lives right next to? He lives right next to Timeless Vic. I've been telling him, hey, when you go get your haircut, go cheat on your barber. Sorry, whoever your barber is. I'm sorry, I'm telling you this. But go cheat on your barber and go get a haircut by Timeless Vic. Let me know how that was. He lives like 15 minutes away.
Yeah. You know what? That would be a tight series too. Imagine going around the country getting your haircut by different barbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that would be dope.
That would be super dope. Yeah, but
damn, who do you think would be the bet? Oh shit, that's another topic because I have a good topic, dog. It just came to me right now.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. We got so much to talk about in so little time. Not this time, but like, believe me, like you probably all are thinking, where are these guys getting all these subjects and topics? It's all the stuff that I'm sure everybody always asks themselves, but nobody really puts it out there. These are the type of conversations that maybe me and Fades would have had without having this podcast. And you just want to put it out into the world.
And that's how this happened.
That's
you know,
how this happened.
This
like,
is
hey, why don't we just record our conversations? Yeah, and
you know,
make it into a podcast. Yeah.
And hopefully you guys like it because I'm sure that there's a lot of you guys who think the exact same. And leave them in the comments below. Go ahead and interact with this conversation, and we can bring you guys up on the next, episode. I think that's a great idea. And when we do have people on, don't interview them. I don't want to give you guys no interviews and why do you cut hair? Well, it all started back in 1940. No. Look, we're talking about these topics. What's your opinion on these topics? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of, did your mother hold you when you were little?
No,
did you get enough hugs?
The majority of people that are being interviewed have their own channel or they have something.
Yeah.
It's out there in the world.
It's out there already.
It's redundant.
And they've probably already been on the podcast.
And no offense if you're doing a podcast and all you do is interviews. I get that. Some people look for that information that way, but that's not what this is about for sure. We want to have
that's not what this is going to be.
One-on-one homies just talking, chilling, having real conversation. Today's first subject was enhancements. Like Fade said, we want to hear what you think about it. Tell us if you use enhancements. If you're against them, why? And please don't throw too much hate on it. We're trying to spread positivity. But again, my perspective in Fades is people overuse them.
I want to add one more thing to it, though. That in itself is its own art form. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
A person who does enhancements good, that's almost as hard as cutting hair good.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely an artistic addition that you can add to your service if you do it right. Not like how I do it, because I just throw a whole bunch of shit out there. Whatever sticks.
No, you're good. You're good. I've seen your haircuts, and I would be really hard for me to tell you which ones have enhancements and which ones don't. You do a good job with them. But everybody out there, stop overusing them, or else we'll talk about you on our next episode. No, I'm just messing with you. Right, let's move on.
Hey, Krylon can. No Krylon cans.
No Crayolas either.